In the mid-2000s, the world was hit by this new craze, Sudoku. Everyone was doing it. The newspapers were full of it. People were doing it on the train, in the office, on breaks, everywhere. Those 9x9 puzzles had sparked the world's imagination in a way I'd not seen since the Rubik's Cube. And I too was curious about it. How hard was Sudoku to solve, I wondered. And as a programmer, I decided to write a program to solve them. The program was written in Delphi, an excellent language at the time. 20 years later, I found the program and wondered if it would still work. I loaded it into PASCAL, a programming language I mentioned in a previous video. PASCAL with Lazarus can be used to run old Delphi programs, and I wondered how it would do with this type of code. Sudoku is still popular to this day, and many variants of it have been made, not just the 9x9 grid versions that first exploded onto the scene. In fact, Sudoku had existed before the 2000s, and its history, some say, went back to the 1700s. The first thing to do was to run the Delphi to PASCAL converter on the program. This converts the Delphi files into files that will run in PASCAL and the Lazarus IDE. The converter ran almost instantaneously, and now my 20-year-old code had been brought up to the present. I could see the form layout, and my code was loaded into the coding window. There was a 9x9 number grid and the buttons down at the bottom which controlled the program. So trying to run the program, first I compiled it, and it succeeded, giving some hints, but that's okay. So next I built it, and again it built okay, and then I tried running it, and just used the Dwarf 3 debug format. And it's thinking about it. It's not coming up, so it was being stopped by AVG, which doesn't seem to like the compiled Delphi executables, but hopefully this will go away in a few seconds. So that's it thinks it's okay, and now the game has come up, and first of all it shows an example puzzle. You can get that by clicking the example button, and just clears out all the different cells. So you've got 6 buttons down the bottom. If you want a clue, clicking the clue button will fill in one cell for you to give you a bit of a hand, and you can click through as many times as you want. The Sudoku Me button, that solves the whole puzzle, so you can see that it does that instantaneously pretty much. So the next thing to do is to try it on a random example from Sudoku.com. So if I go through and type in the puzzle from that, so I'm just going through cell by cell, typing things in. I'll speed all this up because otherwise it'll take quite a while. Just banging in all the different numbers. So then just a last check, make sure that what I've put in is correct, and then click Sudoku Me, and it solved it straight away. So this was an easy puzzle. You can of course get medium, hard, expert puzzles, and then looking in the code, there are a range of techniques that you can use to solve Sudoku. And at the time, I think I wrote about 6 or 7 of these techniques. At the time it was known that there was about 15 techniques, but now there is more than 40 plus techniques that you can use to solve Sudoku. So the techniques that I'd put in would solve easy and medium puzzles, but you would need to go on to the more advanced techniques to solve the expert puzzles. So just looking through the code, this code just solves using different strategies. So you've got various strategies in the code for solving the easier types of techniques. And then you've got a load and save button, so if you're working on a puzzle you can save it. There's only one save slot, and then you can load it back in later if you want to continue with it. Free Pascal and Lazarus had once again worked, and my program had been converted flawlessly. If I still did Windows programming, it's a tool I'd certainly consider for writing programs with. It doesn't have the bloat of many of the modern IDEs, and I might use it to write programming tools with, if I ever needed some. Sudoku for me though has had its day. My curiosity about it was satisfied back in the 2000s, and I don't think I myself will be solving any more. Thanks for watching.